I'm out here with the same T-shirt on I had yesterday. I vowed to myself.
That's a good one, though.
You know what I said? I was going to wear this T-shirt all week long.
Okay.
Just to remind people, look, man, this is who we really are.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, man, listen, man, you know, it wasn't that long ago. I was reading that thing with W.E.B. Du Bois, who died in 1863, but he lived to 95 years old. But you know what? There was some folks that lived in 1964, and folks think that was a long time ago. It's what the young kids don't know, you know what I mean? And they don't have anybody to tell them so, you know?
Yeah, well,
once theirs in the household.
Right on.
You used to pass this stuff down. You know, when you and I, Mama and Dad was telling us these things.
Now,
but we didn't have that.
Based on what you're just saying, let's get away from the noise. Come closer. Let me drop some science on you. We understand that a lot of our knowledge is hidden in books.
Yes.
Not necessarily hidden, but the fact is what you just explained about the about us telling the stories of our ancestors, we told it without books. And we had to tell those same stories over and over and over again. What we were doing is ingraining it in them. So when they grew up, they understood it already from the belly. What happened was, someone came along and they fooled us into thinking reading was wrong for us, was against the law for us. By the time we started paying them 40, 50 grand a year, we were learning it their way. But we're not learning anything about us. And that's where we failed ourselves. So if you look at it, these kids, they're no different than all of us. Some of them don't want to be educated. We understand that, but the thing is, it's very unfortunate they don't want to be educated about who they are.
Well, something got misconstrued because education became a bad word, and it's not. You know what I mean? We had the folks. I was reading Frederick Douglass. You know, here's a man that broke out of his slave chains, ran up to Massachusetts, taught himself how to read and write, and became one of the greatest speechwriters of the
But you know what the catch was?
Yeah, what was the catch?
The catch was the little third knuckle. I ain't gonna go no further than that. Okay. See, that's the catch.
You know, the thing, but there were a lot of things there. But you know, when we got told from our parents about our ancestors on these folks, it wasn't questioned from family to family. You know what I mean?
Y'all hearing this?
It was accepted. You know
Are you hearing this?
It challenged it.
Say it. Get closer and let them hear it. Say it again.
Yeah. So those things that were told to us by our parents, each household, you know, if anything, it gave you bragging rights. You know what I mean? Because you'd go talk to your friend or whatever, and you say, "Oh, my mama told me this, my mama told me that," and it was for what? How much more do you know than I? Except rather than the fact that you know something. You know what I mean? Now
it's just how much butt crack can you
I was just walking by the other day with passed out flyers. Young man was murdered over there. You know what I mean? And his father, I didn't know the man. His father was standing in the driveway, and I walked up and gave him a flyer. But he wasn't broke down crying. You know what I mean? I'm not questioning his pain, and I'm not questioning his loss. But I think there was a lot how to cry or how to care.
Well, we got desensitized.
Yeah, right.
It's normal.
We get detached.
We got
say
brother.
From you and me. I mean, what's the difference between you and me?
Well, see, but we got desensitized. Let me put it like this. There was a time when they stopped crying when they saw one of their brothers hung from a tree.
Right.
The whole thing is, as long as the government is allowing the perpetrators to get away with murder, this is how we're going to start reacting. But remember now, what you saw in that father, not saying it's him, but any father or brother or friend in the streets who is that desensitized, imagine what they can do when it's time for them to murder. When the time comes for them to commit that act, they're already desensitized. You understand what I'm trying to say? So we're creating monsters, bottom line. That's what we're doing. We're creating monsters. Even the prison system. When I broke down the Bloods and the Crips and the reality of why we weren't in gangs, we weren't in gangs just for the whole idea superficially. We were in gangs because they had us all set up to go to jail. So we figured, let's organize now. In case we go to jail, we're an organization. These brothers in jail banging for no purpose and no one to understand the reason why we were in the gangs in the first place. It was to keep us connected as a unit, as a people. But now these guys are in gangs and just stay disorganized. And that's the unfortunate. But
that's why you gotta stay strong. Keep delivering that message, brother.
Yes, sir.
That message,
I appreciate it, man. If you could say anything about the ManUp movement right now, what would you say?
You know, I like the ManUp movement because of the quarry, the quarry Jefferson that started or motivated you to do that. I think that more of us have to speak out, you know what I mean, and not be afraid to talk to our brothers and sisters about things, even if they don't want to hear it, because we we don't have a lot of time. We are losing time, we're losing generations. And then when we are gone, I don't know what's going to happen.
Thank you very much, sir. Hey, it's MC Spice. Real talk from a hip-hop perspective. Holla back.